Hello everyone, this is Locke and welcome back to the Great Build YouTube channel, and today we're doing a quick review of the Legacy Fire Dragon Attack from Ninjago Legacy that was released in 2021 from around $40 to $50, although I got it on sale. This particular set also comes with 4 minifigures and is part of Ninjago's 10th anniversary, so stay tuned for more on that later. Now let's start with the dragon build here first, because that's the reason that this set drew me in when I first got it. This particular dragon features the designs used from the original dragon, but then amplified with newer techniques and newer parts. Starting with the head here, you can see that this head features the 2 molded pieces that represent the original rubber heads, but made in plastic, so they're a lot more durable. It's a little bit smaller, but it still features all the details, and if anything, I like these better than the originals. If you do miss the projectiles, though, you can also add a stud shooter brick not included in this set, for you to be able to make it shoot out fireballs as well, so that does still kind of have that feature. The neck is on some ball joints, which makes it very poseable. You can pose it up and down and all around. And you can see that the neck section is also where the saddle is held on this dragon. This dragon's saddle is just basic brown pieces piled on top of each other with some gold elements and a flag on the back. This saddle is only connected on 2 clips, so even when you remove it from this set, it actually doesn't change that much about the neck itself. You can see the neck still looks pretty smooth, even without it. That's something this dragon does great. It utilizes some techniques of inverted tiles, as well as some snot techniques, of studs on top techniques, if you don't know what that means already, to create a very streamlined, smooth design on every side of this dragon. You can see that really well in the back here, where you can see that the sides are very much plated off and tiled off. You can't see any studs there. Same with the top. You can also see that there's some black slope pieces using for some very unique scale designs, including some new black pieces that can be used in mocks and stuff if you do want to use them in mocks. Now, moving on to the belly of this dragon, you can also see that this dragon's stomach uses a lot of the honeycomb orange pieces, which weren't around in 2011 but are a great addition to the set now, and you can see that they build up a very muscular-looking body for this dragon, in which I do really like that, and it really adds to the detail and makes this dragon look very powerful. Next up, let's look at the wings here. The wings are an interesting thing because they change a lot from what the original wings were. The original wings were using these helicopter blade pieces, but these use fabric that can be folded up or, as you can see now, folded out to create the full wingspan. Now, this is a very unique design that's only been used on 2 dragons, Lloyd's Legendary Dragon from the Core Wave and Tania's Water Dragon from the Seabound Wave. However, I think this is the best type of wing that they've ever used up for dragons in Ninjago of this scale, because of the fact that these wings can fold up, they won't get bent or creased like the paper wings, or they won't get stuck and tear on things, and they're also not bits of plastic sticking out to make it look like there's wings when there really isn't. They also have these tiny little claws at the ends of the wings, and the wings can be folded back up. Both of these arms are identical, just reversed, and you can see that the hands here just feature 2 movable claws and 1 stationary claw that can grab minifigures if you would like to do that. Moving on to the back of this dragon, you can see that it's got some very bulky feet here. And that's because this dragon's meant to be able to stay up on 2 legs. I will say that it doesn't do that as well as the box would let you think that it actually does. But I do enjoy this feature of the dragon having 2 big legs and having 2 wings. Allows for some very great posing options, and it makes the dragon look a lot more durable and strong, which indeed, if you were to drop this, very few parts would fall off, which, if you don't know me already, I like 4+ sets for that reason, and I believe that this dragon does it just as well. Moving on to the tail, you can see it's just on a bunch of mix of ball joints here. Now, these just feature some more honeycomb yellow on the bottom, as well as some dark red and black to represent scales on the top. But then we come to the tip of the tail, which is one of my favorite parts about this dragon. I like building a lot of custom things using Ninjago parts, and these 2 pieces are the golden katana pieces, but recolored in the honeycomb yellow, which I don't believe we've received yet in LEGO up until this point, and we haven't received it afterwards, which I know for sure. So this is always great to see new colors of this being released, and I do love that it's added here, and it does look good for what it needs to be on the tail. Well, it reflects the old design of this dragon's being the blade. So, these parts to their dragon probably make it one of the best Ninjago dragons that I've seen to date. But now, let's take a look at the minifigures, because there's some really good minifigures and some really meh minifigures in this set that you should consider before getting this set. First up, we have Kai from his Legacy outfit. He's very common. He looks like he's wearing the DX robes from the original series, but remodeled to match some newer tones. He does come with the Sword of Fire, making him slightly better in this set, because the Sword of Fire was a almost discontinued piece that was brought back from Ninjago Legacy and Ninjago Core. So if you didn't get the chance to get this back in 2011, get it now. It's a great piece. It uses slightly flexible rubber, and it's also really nice. Additionally, Kai also has a silver katana, and his face is the same used in the Ninjago movie. If you're looking for new faces for any of these characters, feel free to just look no further than the Prime Empire's alternate faces, or Dragon's Rising alternate faces, because they provide some other expressions that you might find useful for these characters. Also, you don't just get one ninja in this set, how about two? Because you also get the Zane minifigure of the Legacy wave. His face is also the same as the face used in the Ninjago movie. He also comes with his golden shuriken's vice, which is really cool, and a silver katana. Not much to say about this figure, but he's definitely better and harder to get than the Legacy Kai minifigure. Now moving on to the villain for this set. This is Legacy Whiplash. Now, I did a Minifigure Thursdays review on this guy this week, so go ahead and check that out for more details. But in this set, he does include a silver sword that looks like it's got dents in it, which is very cool, as well as the Sensei Wu hat, which is definitely something that's noteworthy, because that piece is always cool to get more of. Overall, this minifigure is great, and glad they included him in this set, even if it's not the minifigure that normally would fight this dragon in the show. Now it's time for the 10th anniversary of Ninjago figure. This is Golden Nia from the 10th anniversary of Ninjago. She comes on this stand, which features some nice light blue printing on it, as well as the printed 2x2 tile for the 10th anniversary of Ninjago. You can also see that the robes mimic the robes used during the wave of Rebooted, where Nia was not one of the ninja, so this is kind of cool to see Nia as a ninja suit from this wave. However, overall, I think this is a great minifigure, and even though she doesn't come with weapons, she's a great display piece, and if you're a collector for Ninjago, this is a must-have for your collection. Overall, the minifigure selection here isn't the worst, because you do get some really good minifigures and one exclusive figure, but at the same time, it's not necessarily the best minifigure selection either. So then, if you're going to judge this set on minifigures alone, it's probably a 6 out of 10, because of the fact that you only get one exclusive figure out of it, and none of the other figures are all that special. Now, overall, what are my thoughts on this beautiful dragon? Now, in terms of a set, if I'm going to judge this, I'm going to judge this based on, first off of not including 10th anniversary stuff, and then including 10th anniversary stuff. Because a lot of people just mix the two of those together, and some people don't even really care for getting exclusive minifigures like that, and they just want the dragon. So, if we're just talking about the dragon, the build is almost a complete 10 out of 10. I love the uses of new techniques to resemble the old dragon from 2011, but brought to life with some brand new techniques and some brand new styles that make it very much desirable, including some nice recolors pieces and those fabric wings. Gotta love those. Also, the minifigure selection for this set, if you're not including 10th anniversary, isn't that bad either. You get 2 of the Legacy Ninja, which is always great, even if one of them is super common. You get the Sword of Fire included, which is a piece that almost got discontinued and was brought back. And you even get Whiplash, one of the generals used in the Skulkin army against Ninja. So it's not a one-sided fight. You do have a fairly stacked villain to go against this dragon, even though it may seem unfair at first. Now we factor in the idea of having the special minifigure from the 10th anniversary. I would say this minifigure is okay, it's not the worst. I would say it's a pretty good addition for this set, and it's not canonical, so if you're a fan of being accurate to the show, do not get this set if you are concerned about that. But overall, this set would probably get a close to 9 out of 10. I would recommend this set for anyone who's able to find it at a reasonable price on the aftermarket, and if you can find this for a good deal, you will not be disappointed with the build of the dragon or the overall minifigure selection. This set is great for anyone who really likes dragons, and great for anyone who is a big fan of this original season of Ninjago. I think this dragon almost accurately performs as this dragon from 2011 in the Fire Temple, but with some upgraded techniques and pieces for your own collection. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and go ahead and check out some of my other reviews on the channel, including the video I'll post at the end of this video on Lloyd's Golden Legendary Dragon Legacy set. It's another dragon using that same head mold that I just showcased today, and I think you'll enjoy that if you enjoyed this. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to the channel, it helps us out a lot, and I hope you all have a great day.